Tour announcement starts now. This is George. Just a reminder that you can see my dear co-host Sam Taggart on tour this summer, starting in July in San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, Washington, D.C., Philly, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and Boston. And hot off the presses, you can also see me, George Civeris, do a few small shows this August in anticipation for my own tour that's happening later on in the fall. But this August, I will be in New York, LA, and get this, East Hampton on August 30th. So if you want to see me in New York, LA, or East Hampton, tickets are at linktree.com/George Civeris. The link is in my Instagram bio. And if you want to see Sam on tour, you can find that at linktree.com/get this, Sam Taggart. And that link is in his Instagram bio. God, we love symmetry, folks. Well, enjoy the show.
Podcast starts now, and guess what? It's George's birthday.
Happy birthday, George.
Happy birthday to George. I must say, you're being so nonchalant about your birthday. It's freaking me out.
Well, I just got back from a trip last night, and I'm having a big birthday party tonight.
That's true.
And I'm insanely jet lagged. And actually, this coffee is doing the opposite of what it needs to do.
Well,
I'm worried I'm going to really start. And I just got out of the shower. My hair is feeling a little crazy, and I'm worried that I'm worried that I'm like frazzled woman late to a meeting, and I'm going to say something crazy during this recording. Thoughts?
I can see where that fear is coming from,
based on my general vibe.
Based on your general vibe, you were sort of panicking right before we hit record,
in a panic,
and you're grasping at topics, saying you were saying, what was that space thing that happened in the last 5 years?
I'm grasping,
and we're like, what are you talking about?
Well. Okay, there was our guest who is not allowed to speak currently. Her topic last time was space. And I was like, I feel like she was ahead of her time because two major space things have happened in that time. One is Katy Perry going to space and everyone hating her and all women. And the other one is the positive thing where people came back from space and everyone was happy about that.
But I think space stuff is always happening. That's one of the point. It's like how prep is back. It's like, well, prep in a sense is always back.
Prep like the drug?
No, like dressing preppy.
Oh. I was like, were people not on? I didn't know prep was on the outs and then came back.
Yeah, no, people don't do prep anymore. They want a little more risk in their lives.
I do have a topic, if you don't mind.
Please.
That I wanted to bring to the table.
I'm scared.
So over the years, I have followed a variety of kind of middle of the road, I would say Greek American meme accounts. So these are accounts that will do like little jokes about like stereotypes about Greek grandmothers and like,
I'm aware,
sort of like Greek iced coffee and blah, blah. Okay.
All
right. So that's the backdrop.
Love that.
I've never thought twice about it. I'm like, I'm laughing. I'm sending it to my sister. I'm sending it to my mom. Cut to this month, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey comes out. Every single account is like, boycott the Odyssey, disrespectful to our culture. How dare they make him trans? I was like, I had no idea that this entire time I've been following right-wing media.
This is so complex. I mean, I would love to hear your Greek perspective on what's happening, because the thing is, at least those accounts are in theory Greek people.
Sure.
Like maybe they can freak out if they feel.
Yeah.
I think the most freakouts I'm seeing are like the most random guys from Ohio who have that same opinion.
Well, in some ways, when you're a white person from Ohio, you weirdly feel more connected to ancient Greek culture than some actual Greek people. It's weird how that sort of works.
That is odd.
Like it is. I genuinely think that like the guy you're describing is wants to be more represented in the Odyssey than I do as a Hellenic American.
Sure. Do you think
that the casting is unethical? Yeah, I'll say it. I'm against it. I think it should be all white.
Do you think Christopher Nolan had a meeting that was like, well, what do you think we should get Greek actors or?
I guess, okay, maybe I'm so naive and like, I'm so politically progressive that I'm shocked that this is happening. But in my mind, the classics are like, in the way that Shakespeare can be done, it's made to be remixed. That's sort of how I feel the ancient Greek texts are. Like, it would never occur to me to have to tie it to a time and a place.
No, obviously. And I don't, it doesn't feel like it exists within like a race.
So in fact, what I was like, it makes sense we really are making this intro pretty long. I thought it made sense for it to become a culture war thing in America.
Yeah.
But I was weirdly like, I kind of thought Greek people would be like
grow up.
Yeah, I thought they would sort of be like flattered it was happening at all.
Do you think they're like, how like passionate do you think they're being about this? Like
they're being pretty passionate.
Really?
It's because this is very fresh in my mind because I just got back from Greece last night, and it's definitely like an issue that is being discussed. It's being discussed on the daytime talk shows. It's being discussed by like Greek commentators and influencers and news people. I think on both sides, so to speak. I will say there's this other argument that's being made that the quote unquote issue is not anything with race or the casting. And it's more that like there was no kind of attempt to include Greece in any way. Like they didn't like, for example, they didn't have like a big premiere in Greece. Whereas I think I remember I was in high school when the movie 300 came out. And 300 was actually very popular in Greece. And people were like going off. And like, I remember going to the mall to see it. And like, there were posters everywhere. And they would have like the original ancient Greek like quotes and stuff. And I think 300, maybe Troy, maybe Alexander. Some of these movies did sort of like as a almost virtue signaling type thing, have a big event in Greece or a big premiere in Greece. And I think the Odyssey just like didn't. So I do understand that perspective, I will say.
Sure, that makes sense.
Anyway, Alison, what do you think about race-blind casting, about the Odyssey, and about how my culture is portrayed in media?
Greek culture in its original form. Well, I don't like any of it.
Oh, amazing. Please welcome Alison Leiby,
Hi.
whose new book is called I'm a Lot, Surviving Myself and All the People I've Been. And I was just saying, if you're watching on video, you can see me holding it, but I was just saying it is the correct length and size for a book.
It's they did a really good.
This is a
the
book.
Trim size is correct. Like, it's like the biggest compliment that I get now.
Yeah, it's because
everyone's like the dimensions.
Yeah, well, I'm remembering like when people made fun of Harry Styles for when he was promoting "Don't Worry, Darling" for being like, it feels like a movie. It's just a movie. That's how I feel about this book. Where I'm like, these are the books we grew up with.
Yes, yeah. He's like every once in a while, like I get a book and I'm like, what is this, W Magazine?
Yeah.
Why is it like the wrong size
Completely.
and stuff like that?
And people try to, if someone has not written enough, they'll try to like make the margins larger.
Yes.
Or
term paper rules.
Oh, I haven't checked the margins yet.
Well,
so
get out
they're the correct margins.
Your protractor? What does those?
I have not checked the margins yet. Simply looked at the outside. Judging the book by its cover,
which
it's the perfect shape and size.
Exactly. A very good color story.
Yes.
I feel like
we went through many versions.
It's hard to be like, obviously it's nodding to millennial aesthetics, but it's not succumbing to them.
Yeah, thank you. That is exactly what I told them when they asked, what do you want the cover to look like? I was nervous about the title because I was like, it wasn't it was like kind of my last pass before I like sent out the proposal. And I was like, I don't know, let's just call it I'm a Lot. And my agent was like, don't worry, we'll change it. And then everybody was like, we love the title. And I was like, okay, I love the title, but like only with a really specific cover.
Mm-hmm.
Like this goes real south real fast with the wrong cover. And I was like, like, I don't want to be on the cover. And the publisher was like, no, we would never. And I was like,
you're like, well, I want you to want me to be on the cover.
Yeah, like, let me say no.
Like, that's going to be a me decision, not a you decision.
Yeah.
But it worked out really nice.
I know what you mean, though, with like...
I'm a lot, and it's like me with my arms crossed.
Well,
like,
that almost could be genius.
Yeah.
Almost like 80s stand-up comedian style.
If the book didn't like dig a little too deep into my like actual psyche and was more just like flat leave, like very funny, I think that's like a very fun, like I would have been like, let's make it really stupid. But then I was like, but then I like talk about how I almost died and my like really like complicated relationship with my parents. And I'm like, maybe I don't want to make a joke like entirely out of it, but it would have been a fun, an alt, like the Wario to this book.
Don't you feel like we're in a place where like, as a white woman, what options are left? You know what I mean? In terms like literally it's like, no, it's just like it's so loaded to be like, I'm releasing a book of humor essays as a brunette.
Yes, with glasses.
Yeah, as a brunette with glasses, it's like already people have their tomatoes out. They're like, shut up.
They're like, oh, was it hard?
Yeah.
Was your life hard? And it's like, I don't know. I just like, I'm like waiting for, people to be upset about it, but so far
I haven't seen anyone being upset.
I mean, there's like a couple of like little good reasons. I found the few.
Of course.
Oh, well, you have to find a few.
I found the few.
But do you secretly hope for backlash so that then you can have backlash to the backlash, which
I'm
will only raise it up?
I'm always ready for backlash, and like I don't get it on the things I think it deserves.
Yeah.
And like I do get it on stuff where I'm like, why do you care about this?
Completely.
Like my abortion show had I never got bothered by people.
Really?
Never.
That's so interesting.
Not in the, I was expecting my DMs to be just like flooded with
Totally.
no photo accounts being like, you're a baby killer. And like, instead it was just like women being like, thanks for making me feel seen. And I was like, but where are all the people who hate me?
It is weird. The things that do get backlash, it has to do so much with specific communities that just happen to be toxic.
Yes.
And it's never the ones you think.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got some of the meanest comments we've ever gotten were because we made a factual error about Madonna.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
and then it was factually incorrect because the information hadn't come out yet, but the clip came out later.
Yeah,
Okay.
we thought that Bad Bunny was going to be on the new album because we had read that it was rumored.
Also, like, okay.
Sorry. And then there's the clip said this, and then we kept getting comments that were like, he's not on the album. And we were like, we know.
Well, also, people thought we were confusing him with a different Latin artist and thus were racist.
Yes,
we're like,
yes,
we
yes.
literally read a rumor that he was going to be on it.
Yeah, I feel like people want to latch onto like being like, oh, like abortion or like or like discussions of XYZ. And they're like, what about that one tiny thing?
Yeah.
Then we can drill down and be like, wrong. And there's a right and a wrong.
Totally.
And then instead of kind of like grappling with a larger discussion, it's like, well, we don't need to talk about that because we're going to talk about this.
It's also like they don't have all day. Like they're just doing one little comment.
Right.
So
Totally.
it's like it has to be something you can succinctly get to the bottom of.
Yes.
I also feel like, for me, what I spend most of the time being self-loathing about is like the actual quality of my work. It's like there are parts of my special that I know could have, like joke-wise, could have used one more pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's never going to get backlash because no one is watching it being like the joke structure is 80% of the way there.
Right. This needs one more tag. Like,
yeah, exactly.
No one's upset about that. Only you.
And they're upset about the joke can be either bad or good. The thing they will get upset about is just the topic you chose to write the joke about.
Yes.
They could be upset if it's bad, if it gets super popular. I think that's the only way people get upset.
And then they're like, it's
for anybody in
overrated.
this room.
I know.
Oh no!
Damn, drag us.
No, it is true.
I think we're all safe.
Mark's safe from becoming
Mark's safe
super popular.
from being too popular. For the controversy being that you're too popular. Yeah, I guess that's never happened to me yet.
No, I've never gotten
Can't
close to
expect
that
that it's going
one.
to as I age as a woman.
It will be so. Well, but I think that it goes back to the brunette writing a book thing. It's like the fact that you even wrote a book as a brunette, you're already too popular.
Yes. That's I already am using the privilege of being a brunette.
That's true. That's true. There's something about the delusion of us wanting to have good quality work where it's like we think we're going to get too popular. Where we're like, well, it has to stand up to the millions of people that are going to consume this.
Or that it's something anyone wants. Or values or thinks about or recognizes.
I know. You know what, though? Then there are these things. The only time quality matters, get ready, lighting in movies. Suddenly, there's like an army. There's
sound mixing.
Yes, and sound. There's an army of people that are like putting two things side by side. And it's like Devil Wears Prada 1, Devil Wears Prada 2. And they're like, well, I'm going to fucking kill Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Everybody suddenly is an expert in film grain
crazy.
and like understands like why warm lighting makes people look better. And it's like, but the movies.
Yeah.
What do we think about the movies as quality, as like cultural artifacts that we evaluate their quality of?
Huh. Are you still on the internet?
Yeah. What's the tea?
In some ways.
I actually want to know this because you're someone who I feel like I became aware of you before we were close friends because you were...
Well, that's still in process.
No, definitely. And I've definitely made some mistakes. Close friends. It's tough.
I wouldn't label it that.
Yeah. Well, you were at my wedding, but I feel like you were a classic like stand-up comedian that made good use of Twitter early on, and like we're that era. Yeah.
And blogs.
And I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it probably even helped career-wise at that time.
100%.
And like, there was just like, it was when that was part of a path.
Yes.
And so what is your online presence like now and your internet use?
It's Instagram and some threads, and then TikTok at night, where I keep accidentally leaving really inscrutable comments in my sleep as my thumb swipes across different videos, including 3 laughing, crying faces on a horrific story of somebody getting murdered.
No. It's like, well, I'm always accidentally reposting something on Instagram. Because
it's right there.
It's right there. They make it I think they intentionally make it too easy, so you have to continually return to the app to correct mistakes. I miss text-based internet. I miss the words as an author.
So do you you're like off Twitter?
Yeah, like 2 years ago, I like deactivated. It was just like one of those moments where like everybody was like, leave now. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Like I'm done. I no longer get anything from this.
Yeah.
I may as well just like leave and not engage with it anymore.
Yeah, because
I deactivated
you. I know you deactivated, which is so scary to me.
So late, like I only did it like 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
I was really the last person left at the party.
Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't using it a lot, but it was even more pathetic. Where I would just watch. Like I was like a lurker.
I know. Well, that's what I realized I was doing.
Right
it was just like reposting, I don't know, like social activism stuff that made me be like, is it this? Is this helping?
Yeah.
And then just watching. And I was like, well, what kind of life is this? This isn't a life. There's a whole chapter about being on the internet in my book.
Ooh.
To bring it back. And all about like my early internet days through kind of like where we are when I finished the book, which was, I'm sure it was a year ago. It took a really long time to write. And just kind of like the evolution of just like what being, like I'm 42. So like my internet is like a very specific one, but like talking about like the heyday of Twitter and then kind of like the decline of Twitter and
what's the future look like?
I know. It's not fun. Like, I don't like algorithmic based things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not enjoying the way that things come to me. I miss finding things.
Correct. Well, it's funny because the algorithm, like there was a brief time when it felt exciting. And during that time, we killed newspapers, magazines, whatever else.
Yeah.
And now the internet is also ruined. And you're like, okay, amazing. I want to go back to before, but none of those things exist anymore.
Have you tried to buy a magazine at an airport recently?
No.
I like to buy magazines to go on planes. I like getting Elle. I like getting Vogue.
Wait, me too. You couldn't? I feel like the airports are the only place you can find them.
But like the offerings have changed a lot, and it's hard to find like I forget what, I think I was at JFK. I think I was playing JetBlue for some reason. I don't know.
Well, there's your first problem.
That's the first problem. But like I went to 3 different stores that all like pretended to sell things that would include magazines, and none of them had like a classic fashion magazine that I could purchase. It was all just like Harry Styles, the magazine. And you're like, I don't know.
Oh my God, yes.
Like,
well, they'll do like Taylor Swift over the years.
It's like these
Princess Diana.
Yes. There was one that was like the Titanic, the magazine. And I'm like, the magazine? Like, what are we
Who's
doing?
making these?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know who was making
annoying.
them before, but I'll tell you one thing. Currently, I'm sure all of that is automated. Like, can you imagine any human is like sitting down making Titanic the magazine?
Yeah, let's chart Taylor Swift's dresses. Like, what are we doing?
Not just that. But speaking of human written books, at airports now, it's basically AI generated beach reads that are like the vacation that started when it stopped. And it's like, and then, the cover is like a stick illustration of like a woman with a bathing suit and 3 kids.
Yeah, it's dark out there. And I just I like to like load up on like a couple fun ones, a couple weird ones. I'm like, well, I'll pick up Esquire, I don't.
Yeah.
It's been like challenging in a way that I'm really sad. And then when you do pick up a magazine, it's this thin and mostly ads.
Mostly ads. Sometimes like it's poorly printed. Like the photos are bad.
Yeah.
One
it's
time
just grim.
I was looking for years ago. I was looking for New York Magazine in New York City, mind you.
Well,
and I found a bodega that had the New York Mag logo on its awning.
Mm-hmm.
Went in. I go, hey, do you have New York Magazine? You have its logo on your awning.
Yeah.
They don't. I'm saying, what? Like, should we all just kill ourselves?
Yeah, I think so. Because, like, not to brag, was profiled in the New York Times for fearlessly fraught, whatever the the cover of the style section.
For riffing on fraught issues.
Which I have no
that was the quote. She's not afraid to riff on the fraught issues.
Riff on the fraught issues.
I riff on the fraught issues. I wanted to buy a copy of it because it ran in print. I had to go to 5 stores to find a Sunday New York Times in my neighborhood. Like I could, like, no bodegas sell them, no grocery stores or like convenience store, like no. Finally, I found one at a smoke shop, and I was like, I like went into a bodega. I was like, you guys don't have newspapers, and he was like, the smoke shop next door does, and I was like, why do they? And you don't?
Well, I have an amazing hack for the New York Times, which is our neighbors spend most of the year in their second home, and they get the New York Times every day. And so whenever I want a copy, I just steal one of theirs.
Well, so I have to.
What are they going to do? Want it back? Like, they're not going to come back a month later and be like, where's April 12th?
Anyway, buying print media has never been harder.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't agree more.
I'm like, Sam, your take.
I'm like, I have nothing to add. I have not tried to buy a magazine in years. To be fair, have always had issues with magazines and the fact that there are always ads. I'm like, enough.
But the ads are, I mean,
this is
in moderation. I like the ads.
In fashion magazines, the ads sometimes are like as or more compelling than some of the photo spreads they do. So,
well, that one of the
not anymore. Now it's all just like, what if it was Zendaya? And you're like, I mean, it should be, but like also okay.
Well, one of my favorite Zendaya ads is she's in a literal print ad for like a watch company or something, and the ad is just a red carpet photo of her, not even wearing like an existing red carpet photo of her not wearing the watch,
and I'm like, paparazzi photo.
God bless. Like she literally is making passive income from being like, here's my face, like here, Getty Images.
But you can
I'll give you a Getty Image password and you can download it. But okay, one of the to me signs of cultural decline is that I'm getting nostalgic for literally like aughts ads.
I know.
Which at the time were so depraved, and we were, nostalgic is the wrong word, but we're like, wow, remember like a beautiful Mad Men era advertisement where they like really like, there was like an illustration and blah, blah, and it was like a cigarette ad. Now I'm getting nostalgic for literally like Steve Madden ads.
And the Quiznos and like all of the, but even like.
Well, ads, because we've declined so far. Like now it's literally just a guy with a phone being like, you gotta check out poop powder. And you're like, oh God.
Yeah, I'm listening.
And it's either like a licensed photo of Zendaya from another event advertising for watches that she's never seen before, or it's like a 6-minute ad with like a current zeitgeisty famous person doing like a short film for Motorola, and you're like, how did we? Or Motorola? How old am I? Like
the short film thing, I have like, noticed more.
One of the heated rivalry guys was in like there was like an extended cut of like an ad where he's running on a treadmill, and I'm like, well, it's not this either. Like this is also not what I'm looking. Like I don't want it to approach media. I want it to like live in ad world. We really built a hellscape for ourselves that we can't leave.
Do they still do sex tips
on Cosmo?
I was like, on what? Like, you guys are still kind of in that closed loop of hosting together.
Do they still do sex tips?
I don't know if Cosmo still exists.
It does. In fact, I'm
on the cover.
Digital
and it's my sex tips. The whole issue is George's sex tips for women.
Okay.
Interestingly, they were looking for someone. Yes, it's my sex tips for women. And they are, be on prep.
Yeah, step 1, step 2, get in there, guys.
Get in there.
Step 3, have fun.
Yeah. Just like take yourself out for a drink.
Don't forget to smile.
Yeah. It's my sex tips for women and it's smile. Yeah, sweetie, smile.
Smile. You'll have more fun if you smile.
Yeah. And it's stop being a huge B word. And maybe guys will like
huge.
you.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Has anyone ever suggested that?
Just smile and stop being a huge
smile
B word.
More. Stop expressing all your political opinions.
Yeah.
Maybe get interested in sports.
Yeah.
Cook.
Sure. Clean.
Come
on, what are makeup brushes?
Quit your job. No one likes that. Cosmo does exist, and I'm heavily involved.
So okay, that's awesome.
I think so.
Shall we do our first segment?
I think we should do our first segment. So our first segment is called Straight Shooters. And in this segment, we're going to ask you a series of rapid fire questions. It's basically this thing or this other thing to gauge your familiarity with and complicity in straight culture. The only rule is you can't ask any follow-up questions or we'll simply scream at you.
Correct.
George, kick us off.
I will kick us off. Okay. The Temptation of Christ or the Emancipation of Mimi?
The Emancipation of Mimi.
Being heaven sent or needing to repent?
being heaven sent.
The fairest of them all, or the heiress is at the ball?
The heiress is at the ball.
Oh, Captain, my captain. Or no laughing. Why is there laughing?
Declining birth rates or ascending free weights?
Declining birth rates.
Period.
Past the point of no return or past the joint. I'm trying to get turned.
Ooh, past the joint. I'm trying to get turned.
Burning man or fearless girl?
Fearless girl.
It's fun getting into trouble or you're stuck in your political bubble.
It's fun getting into trouble.
Oh, that one was deep.
Hey, I have to say, you have what's going on that's so difficult between us is that you have the trump card, to unfortunately use that phrase, of having just gotten back from an international trip, whereas I also just traveled, and so I'm like actually quite tired, but like my travel wasn't as big as yours, so it's like I can't. It was domestic, so it like doesn't even count.
Well, it's domestic from LA, but also Sam has been on tour, so he's been traveling a bunch. So I get it. It's
the
a
most
different
domestic travel.
Yes, the most domestic
touring
travel.
America.
Oh, by the way, because of my recent Delta usage because of touring reasons, for the first time ever, I got thanked personally on the Delta flight for being a silver medallion member.
That's very nice.
Which isn't even high enough to use the lounge, mind you.
No, it is the lowest.
But it gives you nothing.
Airline usage.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like,
they're
not hitting you.
What you get is the thank you.
I'm sorry to be comedians talking about planes, but we have to a little bit. I'm like, so I'm spending $1 million a year to fly, and I'm somehow on the very last seat, the last person aboard. I'm like, so what's everyone else paying? How much money are you guys throwing down for this stuff? I'm like the lowest rung of society all of a sudden.
I do think they should put a piece of paper on every seat that says how much that person paid for that seat.
Oh my God, I agree.
Like just a little tag, kind of like when you're riding Amtrak and they like put the thing of like what stop you're getting off on the top.
Yes.
Like, I just want to know. Like,
and you meet people who are so casual, like, well, of course I am in this section.
Yes.
Like, well, I haven't flown back there in a long time. I'm like, so you're consistently spending $4,000 on a seat? Like, that's insane.
Flying is one of those things where you suddenly realize people you thought were your social class are way wealthier than you, and then no one's ever allowed to address
money.
Or worse with
money. That's true. That's true.
That's the hope.
Yes,
I'm going to start spreading that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you spend too much on things that you shouldn't spend money on.
Yeah, you actually feel bad.
As if I also am not doing
right.
that.
I was about to say,
I pity you.
But they don't know that.
I do feel like that's something you also do.
But they don't know that.
But they don't know that. Yeah,
they don't know that.
So, Allison. Last time, as we mentioned, your topic.
What was my score?
Yeah, we didn't rate.
Oh,
on a scale.
I keep forgetting to rate it.
That's true.
Thank you for doing that.
You used to be able to get a low rating by doing a Cosmo quiz, and you haven't had that in years.
No,
so you need two gay guys to be sort of rude to you.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I will say, what do you think?
No, kick us off.
I think that you were so consistent and clearly knew how everything worked in a way that hit the mark, but was not in any way unexpected.
Okay.
I'm almost like
no subverting of expectations.
Yeah,
happening.
no subverting of expectations.
All right. It's a note.
So I'm thinking it's in the it's in the 800 range.
Okay.
Yeah. 815.
815.
All right. I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's a B.
Yeah. That's a really good number though.
Yeah. I really thank you. I needed that.
Yeah. It's a B minus, but yeah, it's a B minus.
Should we get into the topic?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Allison, what is your straight topic that you brought with you today, and what is straight about it?
Okay, so last time I was here, I went esoteric and big and said outer space, and then I wanted to be like go really small and I think and we'll have to figure out like how to word this so it like as an episode title isn't 4 sentences. Shopping for things for my little oasis at a Home Goods.
You said something sort of in conversation that really made a click for me, which is like, this is the woman version of man caves.
Yes. The
like female, my little oasis.
Yeah, my little oasis is like hyper straight, I think.
Yes.
And I feel like I was watching an old episode of like some Bravo show and it was like Home Goods SponCon, which is like what kind of like, and I was just like, oh right, we've been doing this for a long time already.
Yeah,
like they're just like they're like, should we go to Home Goods because I have to furnish my mother-in-law suite downstairs, which I'm turning into my little oasis. And you're like, it's like chilling.
So my little oasis, I'm thinking it could go in a variety of ways. It could be empowered single gal. It could be empty nester mom who
I don't think either of those women need a little oasis.
I see.
I think a woman who lives with a man needs a little oasis. In the way that like men think everything in this house, like in straight couples, I think, as someone who's never lived with anybody, are like, oh, everything in this house is like for everybody and I want stuff that's just for men.
Yeah.
like women, it's like every room in the house is a workspace and something needs to be the release. And it's just like you could feel like a woman walking into a room that has like lavender, like throw pillows everywhere and just going,
oh God. I actually relaxed just thinking about it.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, there's a Zen garden. There's a water feature. There's like, that's the desk where I'm going to write in my journal. Like those, like, and all of those things are purchased at kind of like the Home Goods, TJ Maxx, kind of like everything's on the same shelf kind of stores. I feel like that's what those stores are for. And that kind of like entire like A to Z experience of like going into that store, finding an incense holder, bringing it home, putting it like on the shelf and being like, and this is my space, is like one of the most heterosexual things that exists.
Yeah.
There's something about the aspirational element of this.
Yes.
Because you see these things in the store, you buy them, you have the fantasy. And like, even like some, we talked about man caves on the show before, and there's like darkness and evil there, but the fantasy of a woman being like, this will be my oasis when I buy this pillow.
Yes.
But then no matter what, it always turns into a communal space anyway.
Yes.
It is never her oasis fully.
Yes. And she's responsible for maintaining it as well.
Yes.
And it's not like somebody else is going to come in and clean it.
Not only that, but then the husband is probably like making fun of it and being like, the fuck did you buy now? Like another candle that smells like
it's my
tomatoes?
wife's dumb candle room.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It's just so, it's like it feels so like light and bright and like you should have a little space, girl. And then like when you realize kind of like the underpinnings of like why that needs to exist and what it means within like a home, you're like, oh, straight culture is still so dark.
Yeah.
It can be very dark.
Literally.
Have you seen the invite?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like
me too.
In the invite.
Me as well.
This is, I feel like, part of their dynamic.
Yes.
And the invite is like, she has a passion for interiors and he consistently makes fun of her for spending money on these, in his mind, superficial, surface level things. Rugs,
ceramics,
throw pillows. Oh, she wants to paint the wall a shade of teal and he thinks they all look the same.
Yes.
So it's actually, I think that's part of the darkness of it, is that it is a site of gender war where like the woman is like, well, it's important to me.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, you know what I mean? Like,
there's something about, maybe this will lead to a dead end, but we'll try it.
Yeah.
There's something about a suburban home, like something where there's too much space, where almost if you don't have that extra room, you actually do have to talk about your issues. But because you have the extra room, you're like, let's not talk about it. I'm building a room.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
yes. I'm going to be over here. And the door closes.
Yeah.
Well, a suburban home is essentially a war zone where at any given time the troops are moving towards one direction or towards the other direction.
Yeah, it's a tug of war. Like,
and sometimes a man is winning, sometimes a woman is winning. But of course, there's one rule, which is it can't be addressed. So it's like you have to talk around it in some way.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, we only have the lactose-free milk. And it's like, that's not what you mean.
Yeah.
You mean you haven't had sex in 5 years. I want to get into, I feel like I should mention, Alison, that you and I are in a, at this point, pretty defunct group chat that is explicitly only about candles.
Yes.
Called Candle Chat.
Candle Chat.
It was relatively active for like 3 years.
Not to get too heady with it.
And it was 4 of us, and basically it was just candle updates.
Yeah.
And one
new
time,
candles hitting the scene.
One time I was gifted an expensive candle.
Yes.
A tomato-scented Loewe candle by my sister-in-law, and I had everyone over, and we actually all lit it together
and played
the Olympic theme song because we were lighting the torch.
That's nice.
And so I feel like candles and scents are a huge part of this.
They're absolutely a huge part of this. And
yeah,
even just seeing what's behind us, those like, what are those called? Smelling sticks?
That's different than
a diffuser.
Yes, a diffuser. Yeah. Because incense is different. They're like
incense,
actually
you
lit.
have to light them. Those are just like oils that get kind of
the sticks, oil sticks. My mom's. I mean, talk about my oasis. My mom will like. First of all, she'll go wild during the holidays, so she'll be like, "Amazing gingerbread smell," and it's like, okay, so we need that for 2 weeks tops. But then if you keep it there, then the house will just always smell like gingerbread.
Right. Yes, because like over time, those things just emit all those smells.
Okay, but here's what I wanted to say about smells. In terms of the war of it all.
Yes.
What's interesting about smells is that you can be like, this is my little oasis, I'm putting them here. But they complicate space because it
Smell is not contained.
Exactly. Smell isn't contained. So you can be like, well, it's just my candle. Like, I got it because it's a little thing I'm doing for me. But then the entire house smells like lavender. And the man is like, that's emasculating
Which
to me.
feels tactical.
Exactly. I wanted to, like, exactly.
The war continues.
Yeah. And the man is like, why doesn't it smell like stainless steel and
shoe leather?
And shoe leather.
Yeah. There's something about, do these gender wars exist when people don't have kids? Where do kids fall into this? Because there is something too about an Oasis where it's like their kids do when in the war of a family.
Yes,
kids like really take up space,
and
like almost specifically, they feel more entitled to. I feel like the woman's space.
Yes, completely.
Yes. And so like.
Well, it's very don't go into dad's office.
Yeah,
right.
But that's where business happens.
That's where business
There's
happens.
letter openers. They'll kill you. Like it's like there. It feels. It feels very dangerous.
Dad is dangerous.
Yes.
Mom is
safe.
welcome. It's safe, and it's what's hers is yours.
Yes.
And actually, if you as a mom are like, don't touch that expensive throw pillow, you're a frigid bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Nothing is yours.
Yes. Whereas if you as a dad are like, don't touch my free weights, that's normal. No one is being like, don't say that.
You're gonna get hurt, and there's deaths.
Yeah. So I find that to be an interesting little detail in it.
Yeah.
Because I do empathize. Like, where I'm like, God, having an Oasis, like when the kids are taking over everything.
Right.
I need an Oasis more than anything.
That's true. And we've been talking about it, about the Oasis as defined against the husband, but it's actually also defined against the kids.
Yes,
it's
the
like,
entire family.
Yeah, it's like an Oasis. It's an Oasis
the
from my
entire
family
world that you built for yourself.
whom I hate. Yeah, exactly.
You needed to escape from.
Yeah. No, I'm unhappy.
Yes.
And I need to leave my family.
Yes.
And that's why I'm
going to do that by closing the door in a room and listening to a Paula Cole CD. Like that's
completely.
what I assume is happening in there.
Yes, like a headspace 20-minute meditation, and I'm going to have my, sort of musk scented, what are they called again? These
sticks.
The scent sticks.
Scent sticks. Well, we talked about once like dad hobbies being like wanting to run away.
Yeah.
And I actually feel that like in a store, that's when a woman is like, what if I started fresh?
Yes.
Like, what if everything like about me changed and this store was my new life?
Well, that's like kind of the like, I like consider like, I don't shop, but like chaos stores, like Home Goods, a TJ Maxx, where it's just like, who knows what I'll find in here? Maybe it'll be me. Like, it's like kind of that, like that hunting where it's like a shelf that has like 700 like different mugs. And you're like, but which one? I'm going to, what if I find the best one? Like, I think that that's like this kind of like dream. And it's like, and then I can bring that good thing home and put it in my space. Like, and it just has this very trapped woman vibe to it, but with kind of a twinge of hope.
I've never thought about the level of mystery in like a TJ Maxx or a Home Goods.
Yes.
Where it's like the stuff there can get quite weird. It is almost like thrifting, except everything's like brand new.
It's new and like made by AI somehow.
True. Yes, you are so correct that it's like the vibe is I might find a hidden gem.
Yes.
Even though it could not be less of a completely like machine-made experience.
Right.
Like you're not going to find a hidden gem.
Right. Like, yes, I think you can walk in and every once in a while, like there's some like off-color Le Creuset that's like marked down slightly from what it would be if you were buying it at retail or whatever. But like for the most part, it's just crap. And it's like the idea that there's something hidden in all of that crap, I think is also just like the way that straight women date straight men.
Wow.
Like I'm like, there's something good here.
Yes, yeah.
I just gotta get through all this.
It's also like the home goods store is a microcosm of the suburban home, and that overall it's like I'm not masculine. That's not what. But it's overall it's like rational. It's like, okay, this is the kitchen section.
It's
this
organized,
is the whatever.
and there's no frills to the space itself.
Exactly.
They're very much like almost a warehouse,
Yes.
like fluorescent lighting. There's like the signage is like all just very like dresses,
Right.
you know?
So then you find the one section, it's almost like my little oasis within Home Goods. You find the one section that has the like the little throw pillows with, the Pinterest font that says hope on it.
Yes.
And the ceramics.
A mosaic picture frame.
Yeah, like the part of West Elm that has ceramics that are made to look handmade but are not handmade is, I mean, there's something so deeply sad.
I know. And it's like, I'm like, is it tricking people?
I know.
Or are you Or are you just giving people who want to be tricked the thing they want?
Completely. And also, like, when you buy, because I have purchased things from West Elm that are like on clearance that I'm like, this looks homemade. And like, I could tell someone I got this at a flea market and they would believe me.
Well, there's something Oasis about an item not having a past.
When kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and when an item has a past, you can sort of be like, I don't know how I can take on someone else's thing.
Yeah.
But when an item is brand new from a machine, you're just like, okay, so you have nothing on you. Like, I get to imprint whatever I want on this piece.
Yeah.
That can be really freeing.
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys are building an Oasis, what are you putting in it?
Wow. Oh. Okay, I want to.
Okay.
Maybe like, 3 items.
Three items.
Oh, this is really good. Okay.
This is really good. Are we assuming there's like furniture in there? Or is
you can assume
empty
a basic amount of furniture.
Like there's like a chair, like a comfortable chair.
Yeah. Think college dorm lounge amount of furniture.
Yeah, or even like a little love seat.
Yeah. Just it's just I won't be like
there's a rug.
I'm like chair.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I want a fridge. I don't want to starve.
Yeah.
Jacuzzi, I guess.
I mean, I would want a candle. Like, I would have to start with like set like having a nice. I always have a candle going. Like, I'm gonna need a candle in my space.
Yeah.
I would like Kiehl's to make one from their musk. I don't know why they won't.
This is one of your big issues.
Many letters to that company. Please make a candle. You make everything else.
This is a good point.
So I would do a candle. I do think a giant comfortable pillow that is like slightly more, not like a big cushion, like not a tuft.
Yeah.
Not a tuft, but like a pillow that's kind of malleable for me. Cause like if I'm spending a lot of time in my Oasis, like I will be moving positions a lot within my kind of large chair.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you want that to be kind of like upright and leaning. And like sometimes you want that to be kind of like, I'm almost lying down and reading.
Well, you're an author. You're a published author, so you are doing a lot of reading.
You have to read.
Now you don't have. That's what happens when you become a published author.
You never have to read again.
Is you graduate from reading, and now you're just writing.
When you sign your contract, you're like, no more books.
All done.
You get to have books, but you don't have to read them.
So a magical pillow that does exactly what you want it to do.
What you want to do is the right firmness. And I think not to like double up on lighting because I don't think of as candles as lighting. They are scents.
We're so on the same page. Yes, the lighting needs to be perfect. So you want a floor lamp.
A warm light lamp.
Yes.
That has kind of that like creates like a real softness and like no overhead, no blue lights, no anything like that. Like a nice floor lamp.
That's gorgeous.
I think that would be mine.
What do you think? Okay, so I think this is a little out of the box.
Okay,
please.
Something that I always covet is like an expensive sort of like vintage movie poster, like not a you know what I mean, like you know you'll see like it's like a Japanese movie poster of like an old, God, I was about to say Woody Allen movie, you know, insert different reference here, you know, and it's like and it's randomly like $600 and you would never buy it for yourself.
Yes.
One thing we put on our wedding registry, which people did buy us, is this vintage Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown poster that's huge, and then we got it framed and it's in our and I'm like, it actually calms me down so much to be like, how fun. Like it's like it's weirdly like elevated dorm furniture.
Yeah. I find that with like also like with a certain flavor of vintage advertising.
Yes, exactly.
It's like the shitty version is like always a good day for a Guinness. The toucan or whatever. But like there are better versions of that are like cool.
Yes,
not
and
to bring it all the way back to ads. Sam, sorry.
No, please,
but
please.
But that's exactly. It's like because you don't want a movie poster or an ad poster in your living room. Like that's a little sort of tacky, but you do want it in your Oasis.
You do want it in your Oasis
because your Oasis is just for you.
Because your Oasis is just for you. It's honestly like man cave, but make it a little gay.
Yeah,
it's like you have
exactly.
the poster for like for like an unmarried woman, that movie with Joel Clayburgh. It's like, okay, so that's a fun poster, and it's nicely framed, whatever. So maybe that I want like a really cozy vintage rug that's like discolored in all the right places.
Yeah,
and then I mean, the most difficult thing, of course, is seating. Because what I really want is a giant beanbag chair, but I don't want it to look, trash. Like I want it to look
I know what you mean.
Sophisticated.
In the room you have with your movie poster and your tapestry on the floor and your beanbag chair, you don't want it to feel college.
You're going man cave with it also.
But I do think I want a gay man cave. Like I want like a really like like feminine, sort of like if 18-year-old me had unlimited money, that's what makes me feel safe. It's I don't want it to be tasteful. Like I want it to be like the movie that I loved when I was 17, a really fun rug, and like a giant beanbag chair.
Yeah, I see that.
What do you want?
Okay, first and foremost, I want a giant blanket.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
What material are you imagining?
I want like it just needs to be really soft.
Okay.
Where you pick it up and you go like, oh my God, this is so soft. And it's like it's a little too much where like whenever you wear it, you're like kind of sweating. But you are like, but what if it was cold enough where this made sense?
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Which is the fantasy.
That is the fantasy. I think I want to go a little bit, I want to lean into home goods core a bit.
I think that's important.
And I want like a stupid lamp that's like a monkey that then like maybe with symbols, but then it's like a lamp with a lampshade.
Yes.
And you're like, who would buy this?
Novelty lamp.
Yeah, but it's like, but it's clearly for a suburban home.
Yes.
And you're like, this is so weird. Why does the store have this? I think if you can put one of those in your home with your full chest, people take note.
Yeah.
That's a really good
bravery.
point. Nomi Fry's husband, who's a sculptor, I don't know if he still does this, but he used to make floor lamps.
Yeah.
And he made one that looks almost like a geometric palm tree.
Yeah. It's
you know
beautiful.
what I'm talking? Yeah. And we know this couple that has it in their home, and every time I'm like, God, that, like, to have that in your Oasis, like a novelty floor, like art floor lamp.
Art lamp?
Yeah. The other thing, this is not an object, but I'm like, I want this room, the second I walk in without me having to press a button, to start playing like low-key instrumental like calm electronic music. Like sort of like if Massive
like
Attack.
French lounge.
It's like if Massive Attack made a playlist for a spa.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I want.
Yeah.
Music for airports, that type of thing.
Yes. Music for airports.
Music for airports. I would also like to add, mine does have a ceiling fan, but that's part of the structural.
The whole thing with
temperature controlled, of course.
This whole fantasy, mostly all I want.
We're just like, what do you want in a room?
Yeah, right.
This whole fantasy, mostly what I want is to be like, I want it to be like 2003 and I'm in like my richest friend's basement.
Yeah.
Like that's literally all I want.
Yeah.
That was the heaven on earth for me.
Yeah.
When I talk about beanbag chairs.
Yeah. I am describing a basement, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where you would have a framed.
This in like a basement, or even like a basement where you walk at, like a house that's built on a hill and like the basement has like an exit.
I love those.
Yeah.
God, you can really be free. My third thing.
So we've got cozy blanket.
We've got
novelty lamp.
Novelty monkey lamp. Oh, well, this goes back to
say it.
Okay, you know those chairs where it's like a basket?
Yes.
With the like
they have
cushion
a
in it?
name, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get there.
It's one of those things that I read the name in books, then look up on dictionary.com, and I'm like, okay, great, remember, and then I never
and then
do.
just every time.
I love those chairs.
Yeah.
Impossible to get in and out of. Always breaking.
I would, and you sit in and it just creaks 100 different ways.
Right. So you want sort of like a startup from 2011 that has nap pods. You want the nap room at the startup.
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
The other item I want, get ready, is just an ocean view. I just want to be able to open the window, ocean.
But you're still in a landlocked state.
I don't care where I am, but I want it to look realistic, and I want an ocean view.
Yes.
We stayed in like a rental house once, and it was like a time capsule to 2005 because they haven't updated it in forever.
Yeah.
And it was like the most comforting thing that has ever happened to me. And they need to like make this a thing. Where it's like, this is period accurate 2005, you can return.
Yeah. It would be nice to get a rental home that is just like everything is 2005, including like the access to technology.
Yeah.
And just like, no.
There's really something there.
I would do that. But then it's like, I have my phone.
Right.
But
there is something that's like a
for the whole trip
at a house.
That could be awesome.
I recently had a real like sense memory. So in this era that you're describing, we were still living in New Jersey, and I was my parents' house in Greece this last week, and I was looking for a book to read, and all my mom's old books from the New Jersey era still have the like Barnes and Noble like weekly pick sticker, but it's like, torn and ripped. And I'm like, oh my God, remember? Like she would just go to Barnes and Noble and get the weekly
and
pick.
just like whatever they recommended.
Yeah, and she read a lot of good books.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Now we have to listen to
the Dua Lipa book club.
Now it's the Dua Lipa book club, and that's best case scenario.
I wish.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I think we've learned a lot.
I think we've learned a lot. Are you petitioning Dua Lipa or maybe Lorde to include your book on the book club?
Yeah,
or?
I need one, both, any of the fabulous gals that have ever read a book. If you could just carry it around the next time you're on vacation, that would be my dream, please. A Jenner would be fine.
Oh, a Jenner would be great.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Even Chris,
Hey.
Chris especially.
It's for older gals.
Well, I'd say it's for the Kim generation.
It's for the Kim
more
generation.
So than the Chris generation.
But it's like more for Kim than Kylie.
Sure.
Or more for Chris than Kylie, I think.
Yeah.
With a lot of like reflecting on youth.
Who would be your ideal celebrity to be photographed holding your book?
Amazing question.
Oh my God.
And actually, we are also going to answer it even though we don't have books out.
I'm like Brian Cox. No.
Oh my God, that would be fun.
That would be huge.
But I think you're on the right track though, because that's so unexpected that it'll become a meme.
Yes, exactly. Where it's like, what is this old man doing reading this brunette woman's book? Like it would just be.
It's like when Grimes was reading like Marx or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian
real
Cox.
answer. I'm like Michelle Obama.
Sure.
I don't, it's like who's the most famous person,
right?
who's sort of adjacent to publishing.
Where people who look up to that person and know that person, and don't like hate that person.
Yeah.
Also are like I've read
and they buy books. Yeah. Okay. Great answer.
Great answer. Imagine Madonna carrying it.
That would be amazing.
It's like it is a title where I'm like, it is a bit if you're carrying it around. Like it is kind of a funny. I haven't seen it in the wild. I've seen it at stores, but I haven't seen like anybody with it yet. But I'm hoping that happens once. That's probably the only amount of time. Like that's like the most expected amount of time it would probably happen for me. But
I don't know.
It could be. Watch out, Belle Burden. I'm coming for your title.
I'm like Belle Burden is interesting because obviously that book is so huge. But I actually have you seen anyone? No, I've seen someone in the wild reading it once. But you would expect, we live in Brooklyn. You would expect like.
I feel like I used to do so much commuting around by train, and really I don't anymore. I am seeing people
I guess that's
carrying books around a lot less because when I'm crossing paths with people, they're walking. So it is a little...
Yeah, imagine my experience living in LA.
First
of all, everyone's driving. Second of all, no one can read.
Who would be your ideal celebrity to read your book when it comes out?
No, I want it to be Madonna, of course.
Oh, you want it to be Madonna?
Yeah, I want Madonna to be reading that thing.
I want Donald Trump to be photographed reading my book. And that's my final answer.
I think that would be huge for you.
Yeah.
And then I could even I could be like, this isn't for you. And then we would like get into a fight.
I mean, that would be huge.
And then he'd be like,
discourse.
well, it's good because it's poorly written.
Yeah, right.
Do you guys think, how like when George Bush is not president anymore and now it's like, oh, he's fine. Do you think like 10 years from now, if Trump is still alive, we'll be like, you know what, you guys, like you're too hard on him.
Yes, I do think that's going to happen.
I think that the culture will do that for sure.
You know what? The thing with George Bush, this is scary. When they first tried to do that, obviously we were all like, don't do that. And it's now been long. Obviously, I still think he's a monster, but it's now been long enough that there is a part of me that's like, oh,
and
that's
also,
scary.
Also, the relativity of it when you compare like just the way Trump's administrations have been and his like even from like the like cultural decency or like what like obviously he is a war criminal and an absolute monster.
Yes,
but like Trump still feels worse. Like in the moment, Trump feels worse because that's a distant memory. So it's like with relativity, I guess it like depends on if we like swing back or keep going down this path.
Well, because when you said he was reading your book, I was imagining, in the future, him holding your book and everyone being like, you know what? Trump's actually trying to do better. He's reading George's book.
Well, it is like how Bush, to his credit, if I may, has basically not spoken about politics since he's left office, which to me, it's like, if you're one of the worst presidents in history, that is the respectful thing to do.
Yes, agreed.
At the very least, like, I will give him that.
Yeah. And
I wonder what if Trump's post-presidency is like more Obama-like, where he's like releasing his favorite books every year? And instead of like,
he has playlists.
He's literally like,
Netflix.
I love the new Katie Kitamura.
I mean, it's absolutely going to happen.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's going to be like Truth Social TV or whatever.
Sure.
Maybe he'll die.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
I know.
I feel like it would have happened by now.
I know. You'd think.
So do you think Trump would pick a big blanket or a candle first?
I think Trump is very my Oasis. I think because I think he's so
the
like
White House is his
Exactly.
Oasis now. He's like
the
gold,
ballroom.
The ballroom is his Oasis.
No, Trump is so interiors focused, much more so than any like Democrat president.
100%.
He has specific aesthetic tastes more so than anyone else who's ever been in that White House.
And
except for like Jackie O.
Right.
He rivals Jackie O only in his attention to aesthetics.
That's objectively
true. Like literally think of who are the people with the strongest aesthetic eye that have been in the White House? Donald Trump and Jackie O.
Yes. Wow.
It's horrible taste, but it's a strong point of view.
But you can like see something and know if it would be like in his Oasis or not.
Yeah.
You would see, we could show you 49 president, or how many presidents?
Oh yeah.
It's like because he's twice, some of them are twice. It's like I don't know how many men there are.
Yeah.
But you could put every president's Oasis up. And you would know exactly which one is Trump's, and you might not know who anyone else's is.
That is
I know,
so
like, what
true.
is in Obama's Oasis? It's literally like Pod Save America merch.
Yeah.
And then like a fun, Hawaii poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hidden ashtray.
Yeah.
The ashtray.
And an ashtray.
The ashtray.
But like everybody else, it's just like, but you would know what Trump's look like.
You would know
it in a
Trump's
heartbeat.
like.
You'd scan and be like, that's his.
Yeah. And you would know what Bill Clinton's looked like. It would be like porno mags.
Yeah. Saxophones.
Saxophones and porno mags.
Just tissues and socks everywhere.
God, yeah.
Shout out.
Literally, shout out to all the presidents.
Shout out to everybody.
Just a blanket. Shout out.
Shout
out to blankets.
You did it. You ran for president and you won that shit.
Crazy.
Fair and square.
Literally, so far. I mean, we'll see what happens in 2028. I don't think it's going to be good, but
no, probably not.
So far, it's been pretty fair and square, with a couple of exceptions that I can think of.
Yes. Yeah, one off the top of the head, but
yeah, well,
whatever.
Hanging Chads. Remember that? That's when I said the world is unfair. We could have had Al Gore.
Remember how long that cycle lasted?
Yes, I sure do.
Of just even like the jokes still being part of culture, and it's like now it's like. It's been 8 minutes. We really need to move on to the next thing.
Yeah. I think about this with like Janet Jackson, the Super Bowl, with like these. If that happened today, it would be over within 20 seconds.
Yes.
Well,
cool. So I guess overall, it's
pretty much
some things are better, some things are worse.
Time is interesting.
Time is crazy.
Does anything stick now? I'm like literally trying to think about like what's stuck.
Well, this is one of the eternal questions of this podcast is like, what is monoculture now?
Right. And I just...
Like Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Barbenheimer stuck.
Brad Summer.
That stuck.
Brad Summer, yeah.
Donald Trump.
He's sticking.
He's sticking. End of list?
End of list.
I guess it's just the big three.
List. All right, well... America.
You know
America.
What? Can I say, so this is our first podcast recording since the new Madonna album, of course.
Yes.
And so...
and thank you.
So we needed to address that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I just want to say, like, is that sticking?
No. Obviously, in my world, it's as though Barack Obama was reelected.
But
when I hear people talk about it, but I don't think, generally speaking, it's sticking in the way that we think it is.
No.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Like to me, I'm like, it's Madonna Summer, and then you'll talk to people and like, oh, I didn't know she was still alive.
Album?
Yeah.
Like the world is different to me, and but I think we are in such a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a women's mag, to bring it back to women's magazines, article that was like, this is one of the best Madonna albums in 20 years, and yet all anyone is talking about is her plastic surgery. And I'm like, not in my world. In my world, everyone is saying she's never looked better, and this is the best album in 20 years. Like, no one in my world is having that conversation. Yeah.
Well, there's almost something where it's like, well, you're the magazine, change the conversation.
Thank you.
Stop talking about it.
Yes. You're the one talking about it.
You're talking about it.
Yeah.
You can just say this is the best album in 20 years.
It pisses me off. And it's the same with the Odyssey. I'm like, yes, people are having conversations that are racist. How about you tell me if the movie's good?
Right. Change the conversation.
You're the media.
You're literally the media.
You are the media. Well,
for now.
How about you riff on fraught topics?
You call me when you're riffing on fraught topics, and then we'll discuss.
The thing with the Odyssey backlash, there's also just like, yes, you can find any conversation on the internet, even if it is like this. You can find maybe 50 people on Twitter are talking about this, but it's like that's only 50 people on Twitter.
Right.
Like in the context of how many people are seeing this movie, this is not that big of a deal.
Right. There's kind of like a just because, like, I feel like maybe our like I always like struggle with like what we understand reality to be, but like just because something is like printed, like some on the internet, I mean, like even like Twitter, like just because it's there and you can read it instead of like overhearing someone talking doesn't mean it's like more valuable than two fucking idiots talking.
Totally.
And what's even more frustrating is that because increasingly as magazines and newspapers have like fewer budgets and there's like fewer resources to do deep reporting, then they will print things that two people said on Twitter.
Exactly.
Thereby making them more legitimate.
Yes.
And then you're like, well, I did actually read it in the New York Times.
Right. And then somebody shares the New York Times article. It's like, see?
Yeah.
And then it like becomes this kind
it's
of like
was it just two people though?
Yes, exactly. Cool.
So that's cool.
So media's back.
So media's back in a big way.
I love media. I love books. What else?
Music, even.
Makes the people come
film,
together.
theater.
Television. Well, television, I would say, not so much currently.
It's actually, there's no show
I
on
liked
TV
it in the
that's
2010s.
good. I love TV in the 2010s.
Oh my God, TV in the 2010s.
was
so
Oh my
fun.
God, it was amazing.
So yeah.
Stream Breaking Bad.
Stream Breaking Bad and buy Alison Leiby's book.
Yes. Do those two things
Those
this
two
weekend.
things.
And listen to Confessions too.
And listen to Confessions too. Allison, any final thoughts on This Is My Oasis?
No, I think we really covered
Yeah,
a lot
I
of it.
agree.
And I feel like it's kind of like we're recording on an Oasis, which was an interesting...
We
Sorry,
are.
my stomach is growling.
Not only that, but this room, we've seen it go through so many changes. This room was kind of like, you know, one of the less glamorous rooms, I would say, in the iHeart offices. And
in
as we
New York City,
during our residency here, it has gotten progressively more
Yes, I
beautiful.
feel-
There's plants, there's lighting,
There's rugs, there's
there's little
stuff.
mic covers now.
and now
that say
it
StraightioLab.
really is our Oasis.
It is an Oasis.
So I feel seen and heard.
Yeah.
I feel seen and heard and listened to and safe.
Shall we do our final segment?
So our final segment is called Shout Outs. And in this segment, we pay homage to the grand straight tradition of the radio shout out, shouting out anything that we enjoy, people, places, things, ideas. Do you have one?
I have a serious one that I can do.
Well, I would love if you got serious.
I want to give a shout out to the Neurosta Steel album.
Slay.
So has this crossed your desk at all?
No, not yet.
I think that, so this is this gay guy who's like in his 60s? In his 60s. And these are songs that were recorded over the last like 4 decades. And basically like, you know, the people got together and they were like, let's kind of like curate this into an album.
Okay.
And it just sounds like the most amazing kind of like mixtape of 80s and 90s New York kind of like cool club tracks.
Ooh.
It's incredible.
And it like came out of nowhere. He has like, not that everything is followers, but like I won on he has less than like 5,000 followers.
Yeah,
He's just like he and it just came out. It got this amazing Pitchfork review. Everyone's talking about it. I think there's like it actually feels very kind of old school word of mouth popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so I think it's a nice antidote to our media conversation that something like that can still happen.
Yes.
Yes.
So there you go.
Woo!
It's called My Skyscraper.
Yes. What's up, everyone around the globe, freaks, losers, perverts? I want to give a huge shout out to sort of like Pitchfork's whole deal. I'm sort of confused on what your whole deal is, but we don't have any sort of, you know, reputable music review website anymore. So I'm sort of like, I guess this is the best we've got.
Totally. Yeah.
And so I do look at it in this way of like scientifically, like what is the culture? Like what are we talking about? And I found it interesting that they gave Confessions 2
and
Kalela's album both 8.1, but not best new music. And which, you know, what this means, I don't know. But I was grateful that it was equal because I felt like my two girls were like, at least it's fair. My two girls are both equal, so no one can get upset. And I was like, thank God no one's fighting right now. We're all just coming together. And the fact that they get a slight bit of underdog status of not having best new music, I think is beautiful because then gay guys can be psychotic about them still. And I think the fact that they got an 8.1 is still quite respectful.
It's weirdly the perfect score.
And so I'm saying thank you to the team over there at Pitchfork. You are doing some interesting problem solving, and you are making it so that we aren't fighting. And I am glad that Madonna and Kalela are respected. And I love both of those albums. So shout out to everyone over there at the team. XOXO Sam. Woo!
Woo. Wow. Alison.
Hey, ladies and men. I would like to recommend, as a lifelong get up early to go to the beach or pool and do early day beach pool so you can be there all day, go in the afternoon. I'm going to the pool in the after. I mean, I live very close to a pool, but I'm not going at 11 every day, okay? Sometimes I'm going at 4. I'm doing my hour at 4. I'm hanging out at the pool, and then you're done, and it's happy hour, and you can enjoy, and you weren't like, you got stuff done. Like, even the beach, like just go at 2. It's fine. You don't have to get up when the sun comes up because your mom thinks you need to be more tan. It's fine. You don't have to get 8 hours of sunlight. You can just
completely
go in the afternoon is my new going to places in the afternoon.
I'm right there with you. I also like waking up, sending literally 3 emails just to be like, well, I did some work.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And then having a nice piece of toast. And
yep. So I did today.
Then maybe doing a quick 10 minutes on the treadmill.
Maybe.
For saying, okay, well, I basically did everything.
Yeah.
I
worked and it's time to go sit.
Yeah.
Also not having to worry about getting sunburned if you go too late.
Yeah.
It's heaven.
Right. And then like the sun starts going down and it's kind of like you get golden hour if you're trying to
photos. And you're like, this is only mine. Like everyone else is going home and you're like, bye.
Yeah.
Real beachheads know that it's still valid to be here when the sun's going down.
Exactly.
In fact, there's something nice about it.
Well, because the morning is always more capitalist.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. You know, golden hour, that's for the real kind of loungy girls.
Yes. That's for the artists.
That's for the artists.
That's for the artists. Wow.
We've covered so much.
I know.
We really did.
Thanks for doing the pod.
Oh my God, thanks for
Such
having
a treat.
me.
And I hope that for some people out there, we can be your Oasis.
You are. This is.
Yeah.
All right. Buy Alison's book. See us on tour. And again, please stream Breaking Bad.
Please, seriously, you guys, watch Breaking Bad. Bye.
Podcast ends now. StraightioLab is a production by Will Ferrell's Big Money Players and iHeartRadio podcasts.
Created and hosted by Sam Taggart and George Civeris.
Executive produced by Becca Ramos.
Produced by Casey Donahue.
Edited and mixed by Lawrence Stumpf.
Social video done by Hot Dog Sandwich.